Hi, my name is Trisha Graham, and I am the Math Specialist. Thank you so much for choosing SVA. We are so happy to have you. This is a great school to attend. Our staff sees a need and works together to create a plan to meet those needs. This year, our goal is to create proficient and confident math students. We use the latest research that include procedures and practices, see those road signs above, to develop roadmap to proficient and confident math students, and implemented the LP Pacing Assessment Guide. This is a great plan that I'm excited to share with you. Our first stop is exposure to quality curriculum and sufficient math content. Here at SVA, we believe in meeting the family's needs. That is why you have curriculum choice. However, not all curriculum is created equal. That is why we want to make sure we share with you what makes a quality math program. You want a curriculum that does not just teach the basic, but cultivates problem solving and critical thinking. We want to create mathematical thinkers, so we need to shift our instruction from just learning procedures, paper and pencil work, to more conceptual understanding and hands-on experiences. This can be done by implementing manipulatives, word problems, puzzles, games, and other problem-solving activities. Good curriculum also cultivates a math vocabulary. There should be a math vocabulary section, and students and parents should try to use the vocabulary when doing math together. If you want to learn more about math vocabulary, please click on the Importance of Math Vocabulary link. Another important feature is the program covers the sufficient amount of content standards and includes a pacing guide. Sometimes the pacing guides are called scope and sequences. The pacing guide is a snapshot of the learning goals for the year. It is a list of concepts, topics, and materials that is covered in the course and contains a problem to help you finish the program on time. If you have more questions about quality math programs, please contact your teacher or myself. So we are walking down the path to consistency in daily math practice. It is extremely important that students do math daily. It helps reinforce the skills that were previously taught. A lot of times students will skip math a day, and it's kind of like having to relearn. So if you do math daily, it reinforces their skills. You also want to make sure that you're using open-ended questions. Your teacher does have a bookmark and a paper that looks similar to this. Open-ended question would be like, what strategy did you use to figure out? Can you show me with a model? Or can you prove your thinking? How did you reach that conclusion? There's a whole list of questions here that promote um, critical and logical and analytical thinking. A study published in Journal of Neuroscience showed that children who engage in regular math activities have healthier brains. It helps with attention and focus, and it also creates neurons between both regions of the brain. So do your math daily and ask your open-ended questions. That brings us to pacing. Another reason why we want to do math daily is because we want to keep on pace. Usually good curriculums will have a pacing guide or a scope and sequence. It's kind of giving you a snapshot what you have to get through in a year. So making sure you keep on pace is important. It helps you to know down when you need to slow down and when you need to speed up. You're going to be using your assessments and your doing part. If the kids are struggling, you're going to go back and reteach. You're going to slow down, and then sometimes you might speed it up because it's easy for them. The problems with pacing is that people get so focused on getting the curriculum done that they skip the assessments and quizzes and games. It's very important that you do the assessments and the quizzes and the games, because that is kind of our data-driven curriculum. The games help make math fun, makes it meaningful, it creates creative thinking. The quizzes and tests is our data to say what needs to be retaught, what can we skip, etc. So make sure that you don't get so tied up in the pacing that you're skipping this, but you want to make sure you're on a good path to finish the curriculum on time. Okay, we have arrived at the most crucial part of our journey, data-driven instruction, our check for understanding section. This is a key element in creating proficient and confident students. At SVA, we care about your child's success, and that is why teachers have committed to checking in weekly to see how your child is doing in math. It is important that we catch, let's get this going, gaps in learning, and lack of knowledge, or the students will slip through the cracks. We want to make sure this does not happen. We don't want students to get frustrated, practice skills incorrectly, or have negative mindset towards math. We want to provide students with the support they need as quick as possible. Remember, the goal is to create proficient and confident math students. In order to do this, we need to gather data. Teachers have created forms that may look different than the one you're seeing here, but they are called LP Pacing Assessment Guides. This is a form that is intended to put everyone on the same page and promote easy communication and provide support. It provides a pacing guide, and you notice I said guide, and a section to collect assessment scores, which are really checks for understanding. I hate calling them assessments because that implies it's a pass or fail, and that is what we're looking for. This is not the intention at all. We are checking for understanding so we can find learning opportunities, areas we can help the students grow. It is a big shift in our academic thinking. The grade does not matter. It is catching the 3 roadblocks that we see here and providing support that is important. Data-driven instruction is essential to student success. Teachers and parents use the data to create a plan to meet the student's needs. And remember, the assessment scores are the checks for understanding. They can be anything as independent work, practice, review, quizzes, tests, and exams. All you have to do is grade it and put a little score. Assessment scores check for understanding, guides instructional decisions, help parents and teachers determine if the student needs assistance or not. Does the student need to slow down or speed up? Do they need to review a lesson, reteach a concept, or learn a new strategy to help them understand a concept previously taught? Do they need weekly tutoring, add a spiraling review? Once the scores are collected, instructional decisions can be made, and you and your teacher will come up with a game plan to help meet your child's needs. Research shows that teachers who monitor instruction increase performance by 80 to 100% because you provide teaching in direct response to your students' learning. Monitoring understanding is so important. We do not want to reinforce them practicing skills the wrong way. Here at SBA, it's important that we celebrate our learning opportunities, celebrate mistakes as potential for growth, call mistakes learning opportunities instead of failures, or you got it wrong. That makes the children more acceptable to feedback. Making mistakes help me grow and change, and that's what we want to instill in our students. We've traveled the road to creating proficient and confident math students. We chose quality math curriculum. We're practicing math daily. We're checking for understanding and finding misconceptions, gaps in learning, and lack of knowledge. We're collaborating with our teacher to create a game plan, and we are following through. We've created proficient and confident math students. We did it. We have arrived. SVA is an amazing school who really cares about their students. We are here to support you. Thank you so much for partnering with us. We look forward to working on our goal together of creating proficient and confident math students. Go team.